Hello everyone, good day and welcome to Iprologic.com, home of the tracker, the access calculator, and of course the incomparable target calculator. So today we're going to give you a heads up video demonstration tutorial on how to use the tracker in conjunction with the target calculator to literally make hundreds of dollars per day playing roulette. And of course, although this does require money management, discipline, a little bit of patience, some luck, and of course, just following the system and the strategy, you should be able to generate profits far more than ever before and more consistently than ever before. It's still going to come down to how often you play, what your bankroll is, and of course, how disciplined you are. So we're going to jump right into this, try to make this video as short as possible, but as knowledgeable as possible, and you will see the power of the target calculator being used with the tracker. Okay, so without further ado, let's continue moving forward. Okay, so this is obviously the iPro tracker, which many of you are familiar with, and those of you who are not, we're going to show you, just give you a brief understanding. What you're going to do is when you get numbers off the wheel, you're just going to input them in here. I'm just going to throw in random numbers. Please don't write these down, as I say this all the time in our videos, because numbers do change, and so does investment amounts and so on. I'm just randomly just throwing in numbers. Okay, so you see these numbers happen to appear. So what happens is, once you have these numbers appear, if you hit undo, obviously, that comes off. Let's say it was this. Okay, so it's that set. Let's say it was this. Then nothing came up. Okay, if you had made a mistake. Let's say you put in this, a different set of numbers come up. So in the demonstration we're going to show you in a few minutes, you will go through these sequences. Okay, two separate demonstrations we're going to give you. Once you have gone through, let's just say you did get to this point, because nothing is perfect, and it's not just us, it's the wheel, right? It's better to use this with a live wheel, but it works perfect with RNG. But you can use it with a live wheel online or a dealer online. Okay, and in person as well. Now let's just say you happen to have gone through this sequence of numbers, and then let's say after you have completed that, you ended up over here, and you still have not hit for any reason, and that's fine. Actually, in one of the strategies that we're showing you, it would be great if you missed. Believe it or not, you heard what I just said. It would be great if you missed on each one of these and always just keep hitting on the last one, which means you would have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 misses, and then you hit here. You're just gonna at will make hundreds of dollars per hour. Okay, but it's okay if you hit early. Anytime you have a hit, you obviously will see what we're going to show you. You're going to reset. But let's say you did go through all of these and you came to this number and you missed. Then after that, you put in the number that you missed on. Let's say 31 came up and this happened to show. Okay, and you go through this sequence. And of course, if you missed again and then you came up with that, or that, you'll see a different set of sequence comes in. Now, please, again, don't write these things down. And the reason why is, how they're set this way, okay? They change again, okay? It makes a very big difference where you're going. This being 12 and 19, this being 35 and 8, but then this being 4 and 33. Okay, it makes a huge difference, and you will see this in the video. But that's how you use this. When you have a mistake, you hit undo. If you get totally screwed up, just hit reset. But if you have your hit, you're going to hit reset. Okay, and that's all. It's very simple. Can't go wrong with that. So I'm going to do one session, and obviously we take breaks when you do that. That's the whole idea behind this, is not letting the wheel track you. You go ahead, you make your profit, take a break, come back, clear the wheel, clear the tracker, clear the calculator, come right back again, and we will go from there. Now let's get to the calculator and talk about that. Okay, so this is the calculator. What you want to do is do not excuse me, write these investment amounts down, okay? Because they can hurt you later on if you do it wrong. Okay, some people have said, okay, we're just going to put the odds in, and we're going to just put the invest amounts out, and it's usually the same. Let me tell you something. If you hit early, the bottom changes. Okay, so the first thing is the calculator is not set unless we're going to put in a bankroll of 1,000. Even though this shows 2, it's a default, it's not set. The only way the calculator is set is when you show zeros here. So we're going to use, let's say, $2 as our target. Now, remember something. Your invest amount is going to be dependent on what you ask for as a target per spin. And what this really is, let's explain this. It means you will turn every spin, even the losses. Losing spins, you're going to turn into an automatic win. You're going to win every spin that you play in roulette with this calculator. You're going to turn every one into a win when you have a win. Remember what I said, when you have a win. So you will get every investment that you've laid out. Plus, if you set this for $7 a spin and you had 10 spins, you could miss all 9 of these, hit on your 10th one, and 10 times 7 is 70. You're going to be ahead $70 because you would have gotten your money back and you would have a profit of $7 for every spin. Whatever you set here is what is the outcome. Now, there are different odds for different things. Okay, 35, for instance, even money. You put in the odds. I don't care what the invest amount is, the payout is going to be 4. You could have invested $12. You're going to put payout of 4 when you hit, because even money is based on 1-to-1 times a $2 bet is 4. Okay, for instance, dozens. It's 2. 2-to-1 pays $6. No matter what the invest amount, the payout is 6. Then you have the quads happen to be or the split street, actually, of 6 numbers is 5-to-1. The payout is 12. The quads, which is 8-to-1 with 4 numbers, the payout is 18. The streets itself of 3 numbers is 11-to-1. The payout is 24. Okay. The split numbers, which is 17, the payout is 36. And the individual numbers, 35-to-1, the payout is 72. No matter how many units you bet, this is always going to be a flat number that you're going to put in the win column. Okay, very simple, can't go wrong with that. Now, for this demonstration, we are going to use a bankroll of, say, 1,000 units. Okay, and do not do this, and this is what we explained. Okay, do not do what we're about to show you, because this is going to hurt you later on. Okay, first of all, it's best in the beginning to follow our money management spreadsheet. We're going to give all of you access to that to help you to make, a couple of thousand and change easily for the first month. And that's going to be the casino's money you're winning. So after the first month, from the second month on, you have a very nice profit. That's the casino's money you're playing with, nothing to lose. Okay, we suggest you use 2-to-1 odds. Now, this is all going to be dependent on, I'm sorry, not 2-to-1 odds, 2 as your target. You want to make a profit of $2 per spin. This may seem like a little bit. It may seem like nothing, but I'll tell you the truth. You're going to rattle off 5-10 spins in 2-3 minutes. So imagine you making 20-something dollars in less than 5 minutes. You're easily going to make 100 if you want to per hour. But don't be greedy. Take time. Some people, believe it or not, they only want to make $30 or $40 or $50 a day on the side for 10 or 15 minutes of their day. That's an extra $1,500 to $2,000 a month. Okay? An extra $2,000 a month at the end of the month wouldn't help you? And that's only spending 15 minutes of your day? Sure it will. So don't do something like this. Let's say you wrote down 2-to-1, 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 and say, okay, I'm just going to cheat the system. I'm going to do all of this. 2, 3, 6, 10, 16, 25, 38. Why are you pre-writing these things down? What if you hit here? Is your next bet really 10 units? And then after that, let's say you hit here. Look at this. Okay, so this is 2, 3, 4, 6, 10, and 16. You've just wasted money. You're actually behind instead of being ahead. So 2, 3, 6, and then 10 and 16. But look at the truth. Okay? Look at the truth. First of all, this should never have been 10 from that previous bet. Okay? Watch. It's only 2. And if you had hit there, remember the 16? It's still only 2. So why are you... Now look, you're ahead. The other way you were losing. So don't write these invest amounts down. All I'm asking you is, as they happen, as each spin goes, that's when you put in the odds and see what the investment calls for. That's all. It's very simple. Okay? So we're going to do a quick short session so you can understand and you can see what's going on. And from there, we will take a break, come back, and show you the difference. In this demonstration, I'm going to use a target of 2. Okay? I want $2 per spin as my profit. I'm going to use odds of 5 to 1 because what I'm essentially doing here is I am going to be playing a split street. Okay, and I guess, you know, so some people, if you use this on a live wheel, perfect. Just you can use it on an RNG, which I'm about to do now. But if you use it on a live wheel, you don't have to say, oh, you think they're tracking you. You know, if someone throws, if you had 3 people that threw a 25 cents coin from 5 feet away, is all 3 coins going to land in the same spot? Even if it was one person throwing that coin, if you had a 25 cents in your hands and you were 3 feet from a wall, every time you threw that 25 cents, is it always going to land in the same spot? No. And that's the luxury of a live dealer with a ball. Okay, it's not always going to land in the same spot. So, you know, they can't track you and say, okay, I know where you're playing. On an RNG, sometimes they could if you played long enough. Okay, if you stay on the wheel too long, I can understand that happening. With our program, you shouldn't have that problem. So let's get to a casino and we will go from there. Okay. Okay, so you have 1,000 units here. Now, if I tell you you want to make 10 units and get out, take a break and come back out. When I mean 10 units or more, as soon as you hit 10 units or you cross it, you take a break and come out. Clear everything. Now, it can happen in 2 minutes, and 10 units at $1 is $10. But 10 units, if you're playing with 10 cents, is only $1. So you cannot compare that and say, well, you know, one person made 10 units and made $10, but I had the same 10 units, I only made $1. It's because you're playing with a different base amount of your bets. Okay, your dollar amount is different. So I'm using $1 base bets here. I am going to first put this up here. We're going to set a time. Okay. And I'm going to show you the power of using the calculator with this. Okay. We set the time and we are going to spin. Okay. So our first number is 3. Okay, so what are we going to do? We're going to put 3 in here and we're going to wait. There's nothing wrong with waiting. We're going to wait until the numbers populate and then we're going to start playing. Okay, 31. But use the target calculator, the matrix calculator it's called on here. Okay, just use it. It is going to be beneficial to you. Sometimes you're not going to have a perfect session. No one ever has. If that was the case, no casino would be in business. Okay, sometimes you may have to go a little bit deeper with a drawdown because it's the wheel. It's not you. Okay, and it certainly is not my program or our program. Okay, so this came up. Okay, if you were to touch any number here, the sequence would change. So we're going to start with 27. So here's a little secret. We're going to put in spin number 27. 5 to 1 odds, and we're going to split the street. Okay, now it's saying to bet 2 units. So I am going to choose here 2 units on 27. I had a miss. Okay, so I'm going to follow the calculator. I'm still staying with, you know, the amounts, but my next bet is going to be 18. You see what I'm saying? I'm not using 27 anymore. I'm going to use 18. Okay. So I am going to go in here and I'm going to put 18. Just watch it through and see what I'm talking about. Okay, so I'm going to put 2 units because it says 2 units on 18. Okay, had a miss. And again, the more I miss, I'm not worried. The more I miss, the better off I am in certain ways because I will hit my target a lot quicker. My next bet is 21, okay? I'm going to turn every one of these. These are all losses according to you or the public, okay? These are all losses, right? I'm going to turn every one of these into a win. Okay, my next number is 21. I'm going to play that. Okay. I mean, if me personally, I would like to miss the next two. Okay, I would like to. If I was playing. Okay. But I'm showing you something. So it's 3 units on 3. Okay. Again, I would like to miss the next 3 if I can. 23 is my next number. Okay. It's asking for 4 units. Okay. I'm moving right along. My next number is 1. It's asking for 5 units. From anywhere from here, it would be perfect. Even if I missed, it's okay. But anywhere from here, it would be nice to start hitting. Okay? So my next, I missed on 1. My next sequence is going to be 31. Okay? Any minute from now, hitting will be fine. Okay. Okay. My next sequence is 28, which is working just fine. Okay. And it's 9. Every single spin I am going to hit. I'm going to turn this into a win. Okay. 17. It's going to be 11 units. I know I haven't hit yet. That doesn't happen all the time. Sometimes you will hit, a lot of times you will hit early. But I am glad that I am missing. I want you to see the drawdown is not going to eat up your bankroll and you are going to make a profit. And actually, you're going to make your target because your target's only 10 units, right? So 11 is my next number. Your target is only 10 units and you get out. But you'll see to yourself, you know, you're not losing out your bankroll. Look, you're still at 940 something in units, okay? So it's 13 on 11, right? Okay. Okay, I've hit here. So I want to just stop the clock. I'm 20 units ahead. I was only trying to get to 10 units. Okay, look how long this took. 5 minutes. I've made $20 in 5 minutes. Is your job paying you $20 for 5 minutes of work? And this was fun. So some people, believe it or not, this $20, they're done for the whole day. That's some people. Okay, that's $600 a month. It's an extra $7,000 a year. Now, I've turned every spin into a win. First of all, I'm going to hit reset. This is over with. But I'm going to show you something. See all these L's? All of these were losses? No, they weren't. They were all a profit. Watch. I've gotten the 13, 11, 9, 7, 5, 4, 3, 2 back. I asked for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 spins. I've asked for $2 a spin. So I've gotten every dollar back, plus I've made a profit of what I asked for, which is $2 a spin times 10. I should be at 1020. Look at where I am. Perfect. Now, that doesn't mean the next time that these are going to be the same bet increments, because I could have I could have hit early, and many times you will hit early. This was one of those sessions where you went a little bit more than you should. And again, if you had gone through that, the longer you go, the more of a target that you have exceeded and you have hit. Do you follow what I'm saying? So this is actually a very great thing. Now, if you had your units set at, let's say, so we went 10 units deep, right? If you had asked for $5 a spin, for instance, your bet amounts would have been more. because you're asking for more per spin profit, right? Based on 5-to-1 odds. So 10 times 5 is 50. You would have made $50 in 5 minutes. If you've made $50 in 5 minutes, do you think you will make $100 an hour? If you made 50 in 5 minutes, you would exceed 100 an hour. You would probably make $200 or $300 in an hour. Okay, and that's going far down. Once again, thank you for taking the time to watch this video. Come visit us at iprologic.com and get the tracker and get the matrix target calculator. We're also going to show you another video after this on using the calculator in a different way. Okay. So thanks again for watching, and have a great day.